Hello ladies and gentlemen, Security here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the SU-100Y self-propelled gun. The SU-100Y was a Soviet prototype self-propelled gun developed from the prototype T-100 tank. It was developed during the Winter War with Finland to include a 152mm gun to destroy concrete defensive structures like bunkers and anti-tank obstacles. It did not see production, but the prototype was brought into use in the Second World War in defense of Moscow. The vehicle itself is equipped with a 130mm naval gun B-13, so it did not have the what was proposed, or what was it was supposed to have the 152mm. I imagine probably trying to prototype it or whatever, but the actual tank itself only has a 130mm gun. It also apparently has three 7.62mm DT machine guns. I don't know where those are located on the tank. After looking at pictures and stuff, I really do not see where those machine guns are located, but apparently it did have them, so take that as you will, but I do not know where they are located. Overall, it's a very interesting vehicle. How practical it is, I don't really think it's that practical, but it is, again, a big gun mounted on a tank chassis, which was kind of the idea of a lot of the countries during World War II. Let's just mount a massive gun on a tank and see what it does. Anyways, really interesting design, and hopefully you guys can all enjoy it. It's been a little while since we've done a Soviet World War II design, so I decided to go ahead and come in here and build one of the models that's been sitting on here for a very long time, the SU-100Y. Anyways, going ahead and taking a look at the build, it overall came out pretty good, and I'm overall really happy with the way it looks. Starting off with, we have obviously the main gun here, which is a naval gun. Depending on how you want to look at it, could be 152mm, could be 130, whichever thing you're going for here. The tank has the breech right here, the mantle, all located within this section here. On the front here, we got the driver's viewport and also a little front headlight. The tracks on the sides here, nothing too fancy. It's got a lot of road wheels. It has like 8 road wheels on the tank itself, which is quite a bit, and it's makes the tank quite a large one, that's for sure. Basically the casing here for the gun itself is fully enclosed, and it's a hull locked weapon, meaning that it only has a very limited, basically, aim to side traverse. So it actually would have to move the entire tank to actually get it to aim, say, in that direction over there. So whole locked gun, some various details and stuff. The vehicle itself is a very plain tank, so I decided to add a few more little details into it by throwing some jerry cans on the side here and adding like a little bit of a kind of a tarp type basically thing mounted on the side here. On the back we have these little vents that kind of pop out from the sides, and just the top detailing over here, nothing real fancy or anything like that. And as I mentioned, it's a very bland tank. I know it's not the most detailed thing in the world, and that's just because that's how the tank actually is. So anyways, hope you can all enjoy this build, and without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, where we're going to begin with layer 1. To go ahead and get started with this layer, we want to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab, followed by a second slab next to it. Coming off these two nether brick slabs, we're going to place down 2 nether brick top slabs. Once that's done, we're going to place down a row 2 of green stained clay across right here. We then want to place down a stone button on the side of this green stained clay block, an item frame, and a green hardened stained clay block in the item frame. Continue now, we're going to place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood stairs across, followed by a second row of 2 of dark oak wood stairs right behind those 2 stairs like that. We then want to place down a row 3 of row 2 of green stained clay across, stone button on the right side, item frame, and green hardened stained clay block. And we're going to basically repeat this pattern right here 3 more times. So again, 2 dark oak wood stairs back to back, so that's 2. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing again, green stained clay, dark oak wood stairs, our stone button, item frame, and green stained clay block in the item frame on the side here, that's 3. And one more time, just like this, going back, stone button on the side, item frame, green stained clay block in the item frame. And that'll kind of do it there. And continue now, we're going to place down a row of 2 nether brick slabs after those nether brick stairs, and then 2 nether brick top slabs across like that. Once that's done, that's going to do it there for the right side tracks. Let's go ahead and move into the middle here. We're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs coming off these 2 nether brick slabs right here. We're then going to go to the back here, go to these 2 nether brick top slabs, place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs coming off of those to the side there. In the space in the middle here, we're just going to go ahead and fill this all in with dark oak wood top slabs to create a nice basis for the hull of the tank. So just go ahead and completely fill this whole space in, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to go and copy the design for the tracks just over here to the left side. So we're going to copy the same thing we did on the air side here. I'm going to go a little bit faster since I already kind of covered in detail what we're doing for that. So if you need to refer back to the air side if you fall a little behind, or some of you may be able to keep up. But we're just doing the same thing we did over on the right side for the tracks, just over here to the left side. And almost done here. Just like this, going back. 2 nether brick slabs. Nether top slabs. And of course, don't forget your detailing here for the road wheels, stone buttons, item frames, green snake wood block, and so on for all these wheels. And just like that, we have completed layer 1. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to our next layer. Layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of nether brick stairs on top of these 2 nether brick top slabs. We then want to go ahead and go to the space in between these stairs, place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood slabs. Once that's done behind the nether brick stairs, dark oak wood slabs, we're going to place down a row of 7 of green stained clay all the way across, a stone button, item frame, and a cobweb in the item frame like that. Same thing over here, just like this for the sprocket wheels. Once that's done, we're going to go and take our green stained clay, and we're going to place down quite a few rows of 3 here green stained clay, basically filling the middle section here. Actually, we're going to place down rows of 5. So we want to place down 1 row of 5 across the middle here. We're going to place down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we're going to go and place down a 13th row here, or sorry, our 13th row is actually going to be a row of 7. So with that right, we should have a total of 12 rows of 3 fill in the middle here, a row of 7 of green stained clay on both sides here. In the spaces in between, we're going to go and place down nether brick top slabs. We can count just to double check again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nether brick top slabs, same thing over here for the tracks. We're just going to do the same thing, go all the way back like that. Now on this row of 7 here of green stained clay across on the back, we're going to place down an item frame on the ends with a green stained clay block in it. So that's going to be the same thing there on both sides. On the back here, on top of these nether brick top slabs, we're going to place down 2 nether brick stairs on both sides. Green stained clay block on either side. And in the very middle space, we want to go and place down a spruce wood plank like so. Now coming off the side here of the spruce wood plank, we're going to place down a stone button. And on these 2 green stained clay blocks to the side, we're going to place down some tripwire hooks for a little bit of detail on the back. With that all done, that is going to do it for layer number 2. With that, we can move on to layer 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of green carpet on top of these 2 nether brick stairs up here in the front. Once that's done, you can go ahead and place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood slabs over here on the left side. And then over here on the right side, you can place down 2 nether brick slabs to represent some spare tracks mounted on the tank, or you could just do dark oak wood slabs. Just add a little bit of different texture, detail. We're going to add some nether brick slabs right here. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the right side here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood slab like that. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair. Come off that slab if it's back toward the middle. Come off the back of the dark oak wood stair and place down a dark oak wood regular stair like this, followed by a dark oak wood top slab in the middle for the driver's viewport, and then a dark oak wood stair to the side. Now on this side over here, you can go ahead and choose to do the same thing. So dark oak wood corner stair, dark oak wood slab. Go back from this corner stair, 1 and 2, dark oak wood stairs back. Same thing over here, 1 and 2. And then we can also place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood slabs on the front here of these stairs. And in the middle space in here, we can just go ahead and place down some green stained clay to completely fill that space in like that. So you get something that kind of looks like that for the front here. One thing you can do for detail on the front is to go ahead and grab yourself some sandstone, some smooth sandstone and signs. We can break this dark oak wood corner stair here and this dark oak wood slab next to it. Place down a row of 2 of smooth sandstone, break this stair, this slab, this stair, and this slab, and replace it with smooth sandstone so you have something that looks like this on the side here, and place down signs. And it's a nice little detail addition that's nothing too major, but it just kind of adds a little bit of a detail and randomized effect to the build. Completely optional though if you want to include it or not. Anyways though, once that's done, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across the middle, followed by a dark oak wood slab on both sides. Continuing on, we're going to place down a second row of 5 of green stained clay, again a dark oak wood slab on both sides. We then want to place down again a third row of 5 of green stained clay, a dark oak wood slab again on both sides. When you get to this section here, you have the option of going to the sides and placing down 2 green shulker boxes on the side here for some jerry cans mounted on the side of the tank. We can also go and place down signs. If you do not want to include these, however, you can just go and place down 2 dark oak wood slabs in their place alongside here for the fenders. In the space in between these shulker boxes, we're going to place down 2 rows of 5 of green stained clay going across. We then want to place down another row of 5 green stained clay going across again, dark oak wood slab on both ends. We then want to place down 2 more rows of 5 green stained clay going across the middle here. We're going to place down 2 stone brick stairs on both sides here for little vents on the sides here of the engine compartment. Continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across the middle, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair coming off this stone brick stair here on both sides. We then want to place down a row of 3 of spruce wood planks across the middle here, followed by a green stained clay block on both sides with a dark oak wood slab on the furthest point of the outside. We're just going to go ahead and repeat this row one more time. So we're going to have a dark oak wood slab on both sides here, green stained clay block, and then a row of 3 of spruce wood planks here across the middle. We also want to go and grab ourselves some wooden signs, and we're just going to place down wooden signs across the spruce wood and green stained clay blocks across the back here to go and kind of close that off for the rear. And once we have that all complete there, that's going to do it for layer number 3. With that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 4. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4 to get started here, we're going to go and go to this dark oak wood stair over here to the left of the driver's viewport right here, this dark oak top slab. We're going to place down a wooden trapdoor on top of the stair, followed by a item frame with a glass block in the item frame, and also a sign on the the wooden trapdoor like that to create the front headlight. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and go to the side of this wooden trapdoor to place down an iron bar on top of the smooth sandstone block for the start of the radio antenna. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green stained clay on this second row of 3 back. So just a row of 3 of green stained clay on top of that row. We're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab come off the center green stained clay block, followed by a sign on the side of the slab like that, facing toward the front. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and go to both sides of this row of 3 of green stained clay and place down a mossy cobblestone wall. We're then going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by a second row of 5, a third row, a fourth row, a fifth row, and a sixth row of green stained clay going back. So 6 rows of 5 green stained clay going back. We'll get back to this point here. We're going to place down a row of 3 of spruce wood slabs across the middle here, followed by a second row after that. And on the sides here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood slabs on both sides, followed by a row of stone buttons across the back here, like so. And we can actually go ahead and add a little bit of extra little detail. Maybe place down a redstone up here if it's not, just flick down to the side there. Just add a little bit more going on to the back here. So when it comes to the sides here, it's a little bit different on both sides. Over here on this side, I went ahead and placed down a tripwire hook, left a space, placed down another tripwire hook right here. And I went ahead and placed down an item frame with a shovel in it, so you can go ahead and put some tools mounted onto the side of the turrets. If you want to, it probably wouldn't be too far-fetched to maybe add some troop gear mounted on the side here or something like that. And then also, we want to go ahead and take our zombie heads and place them down in these green shulker boxes to complete the jerry cans if you decide to include them. And same thing over here on the right side. On this side, basically where the tripwire hooks are placed, I instead placed down some stone buttons. So this side here is where tools could be mounted. Over here is just a kind of a plain standard side there of stone buttons. Anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer 4. With that, we can move on to our next layer, layer 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5, we're going to start off by placing down a green stained clay block on top of this dark oak wood top slab. To both sides of this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall. Come off the side of the green stained clay block facing the very front of the tank, we're going to place down a long row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 mossy cobblestone walls coming off that green stained clay block for the barrel of the gun. We then want to go ahead and go to this iron bar right here. We're going to place down one more iron bar that goes up like that. Continuing on, we're going to place down another row 3 on top of this one right here. So row 3 behind this green stained clay block and a row 3 of green stained clay. Mossy cobblestone wall again on both sides on top of the one from the previous layer. We're then going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across, a stone button on both sides. We then want to place down a row 3 of green stained clay in the middle, followed by a red wool block on both sides there for representing the kind of Soviet star. We then want to place down a row 5 green stained clay across, followed by again a stone button on both sides. we're going to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across. We then want to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across, stone bun on both sides like that. And on the very back here, we're going to place down 3 spruce wood stairs in the middle here, followed by a dark oak wood stair on both sides of those spruce wood stairs. Once that's all done there, that's going to do it for layer 5. With that, we'll move on to our final layers, which are basically going to be layers 6 and 7, putting the very top of the hull, basically the cast of the turret on, and it's also finishing our radio antenna. So with that, let's move on to our last final layers 6 through 7. Alrighty guys, so go ahead and move on to our last final layers. We'll be going to move on to layers 6 through 7. For these layers, to go ahead and get started, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair on top of this green stained clay block up in the front here, followed by a zombie head on top of the mossy cobblestone walls on either side at about a slight kind of 30-degree angle to kind of create a nice kind of curvature to it. You just basically want both zombie heads to be about the same angle like that across. Once that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green stained clay behind the zombie head and the dark oak wood stair. Also, on the front of the stair, we're going to place down a sign like that. On both sides of this row, 3 of green stained clay. Again, a mossy cobblestone wall on both sides. We then want to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across with a zombie head on both ends. We're going to place down a second row of 5 of green stained clay across. We then want to place down a third row of 5 of green stained clay across, a stone button on both ends. When we get to this section here, we're going to place down a green stained clay block in the middle, followed by a spruce wood plank to both sides, and a green stained clay block to both ends, like that. For this last row up on top here, we're going to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by, again, a zombie head on both ends. And across the back here, we're just going to place down a row of 5 of mossy cobblestone walls on top of these wooden stairs right here. Now, once that's done, we're also going to go ahead and go to the iron bars here for the radio antenna. We're going to place down 2 more iron bars that go up like that. To complete the radio antenna, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some redstone repeaters, some zombie heads, some stone buttons to go ahead and complete the top here. Now, on top of this green stained clay block here, we're going to place down a redstone repeater if it's not just flicked all the way forward. Same thing over here, just like that. We then want to place down a zombie head directly behind the redstone repeaters like that on both sides. Right in the middle row of 5 of green stained clay, so this row right here, we're going to place down a row of stone buttons that goes all the way across the top here. And then we just want to place down a stone button on top of these 2 spruce wood planks like that to kind of complete the look there for the hatches. And once that's all complete, that's going to pretty much do it for the Soviet SU-100Y self-propelled gun. A definitely interesting vehicle to say the very least, and captures that iconic idea of putting a big gun on a tank chassis and hoping it's actually successful. Overall, really interesting vehicle, and a vehicle that hopefully you guys can all enjoy and put into different situations and everything like that. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being thing from Sun, the build to my channel or this video. If this does appear in social media sites, just be sure you get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it gets used to keep me inspired to keep on posting this type of content. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.